Hello, hi. So today I want to talk about the medical repricing. This has been happening across the entire insurance industry. Every company has experienced some form of medical repricing. So I'll just use my own policy as an example. So previously I was paying 230 ringgit a month, which includes 100,000 life cover and 100,000 critical illness. So Great Eastern suggested an increase of 80 ringgit monthly. Okay, so the new revised premium will be 310. Okay, so I get a lot of questions like, do I need to increase, or if I don't want to increase by 80 a month, can I do less? You know, uh, what if I don't want to increase at all? Is it possible? And so on and so forth. So I just want to explain the basics of this, right? So all of you will get a letter like this. You can log into eConnect. Okay, and once you log into eConnect, if you have a medical policy, this medical repricing will pop up, and then you can download the letter attached. If you can't find it there, you can always, of course, text me and I will send you a copy of this letter, right? So what happens is the claim experience has increased, medical inflation has increased more than it has been predicted, and given that our ringgit has depreciated fairly over the years, so our medical cost has increased faster than what was projected. Okay, so what happens is, this is the medical cost. If you come down here, okay, so these are the medical card costs depending on your card, right? If you have an SM card, it'll be different. For mine, it's an SMX, the Smart Media Extra. So you can see the prices has increased. So if you scroll down, you can see the percentage. It has increased twice. This medical card, Smart Media Extra, the first time in June 2020, and then now another revision on July 2023. Okay, so these are the rates in 2020, June 2020 to July 2023 before the increase. So these are the old rates, okay, and this one is after July 2023. These are the new rates, okay. So based on the age range, it has increased, and this one is the breakdown. So depending on your age, some have increased by 30%, some 40%, depending on the plan and so on and so forth. And it also depends on your occupational class. Most of us, if you are working in an office job, it will be class 1 and 2, which are the same price, occupation class 1 and 2. If you work in a kitchen, a restaurant and so forth, the risk is a bit higher. Then you're looking at class 3, and some other more dangerous class will be class 4. All right. So what happens is, say take myself for example, it will be here. So I am at this age range. My plan is SMX 200. So these will be the premiums I have to pay every year in order to keep the medical card. All right. So I will have been paying 230 ringgit a month. How it works is, let me just give you a breakdown. So how the medical card works, how this policy works, investment link policy work is, so for example, it's the first year, right? Year 1. Initially, I started off, I paid 230 ringgit per month, which works out to be, just a second. So 2760 per year, right? So year 1, I have paid 2,760. So I need to minus what we call insurance charges. So I have a 100k life insurance. That one will cost me something like, let's say, 130 ringgit per year. And then another critical illness maybe cost me another 60 ringgit per year. And then I need to minus the medical card, which initially was a bit lower. All right. So let's say the time was only 838. All right, 838. And then the remaining money will go into unit trust. So year 2, let's assume I pay the same, 2760. Now minus, now my age has increased a little bit. So the life insurance will increase a little bit as well. So say 132 minus critical illness and give a 5. And then the medical card will still be the same if I'm in the same age range. Then the remaining money will go into unit trust as well. All right. So what happens is this thing will continue going, and say when I reach year 30, let's exaggerate it a bit, right? Let's assume I still pay the same 2760. Now, my life insurance might probably cost 400 at the time. Critical illness and 300, for example. Now, 30 years later, even based on the old prices, so now I'm at 30, so say 60 plus here, I'll be paying 3,384 for the medical card, right? Right. Now, as you can see, the medical card itself costs more than the premium I've been paying. All right, so the total of this 400, 300, so it's about 4,084. I'm only paying 2,760. So the remaining money will come from the unit trusts that have been accumulated over the years. All right, and this unit trust will keep depleting as long because the medical card cost will keep increasing and will keep depleting. And say when I reach let's say by year 40, when I'm about 80 or so, my unit trust will have depleted. All right, unit trust will be 0. And let's say at that age, so for example, at age 80, okay, unit trust finish, I want to keep the medical card. I will have to pay the full 13,591 ringgit in order to keep the medical card. Okay, so now what happens is the entire medical card has increased. So previously at age 30, I used to pay 838. Now it has increased to 1,089. All right, and then at age 80, it was 13,000, and now it's 17,000. Okay, so this is the increase. Okay. So now the question is, so of course, because of this increase, so instead of 838, now is, this now was 1038 something, right? Sorry, let's assume now is year 3, so 2760. Minus, say now it's a bit more expensive, 135 minus 70. Now instead of 838, I need to minus this now 1038 or something like that because of the increase. Right? So because of this medical card being increased, Great Eastern suggested an increase in the 2780 because the entire column of the medical card here has increased. Right, the whole portion here has increased, and therefore Great Eastern recommends an increase of this 2780 by 80 ringgit in order to supplement the medical card cost that has increased. In other words, if I choose not to increase, I still continue to pay the 2760, I will be saving less money, and instead of it running to year 40, where I'm about 80 years old, or 75, it might only last till year 30. So by year 30, so it probably wouldn't last here. By year 30, my unit trust will be depleted, and year 30 itself, I will need to top up. So basically, this revision in premium is basically a savings. This 80 ringgit suggested increase basically goes into unit trust. This one basically is unit trust. All right. So therefore, we are building up the unit trust to a bigger amount where it's able to sustain until the same 80 years old or whatever the time period where you have bought the policy, right? So a few options if you don't want to increase the premium and you still want it to last until 80 years old is a bit hard. You can downgrade your medical rider. So let's say you are from the $300 plan. All right, $300 plan, you can move down to the 150 plan, so which will cost less. All right, or subsequently you can also change to the latest medical card, which has to go through underwriting. The latest medical card is more competitive and the price is of course lower as well. Or you can reduce the sum assured of your basic plan. So let's say for me I have 100,000 which cost me just now the 131 ringgit. I can reduce it to 12,000 minimum and then pay a lot less. Reduce the other riders such as critical illness riders and so on and so forth. Right, like whether we like it or not, the medical costs, which is this table here, has already increased, right? Every one of us, if you're female, you are looking at this side, and if you are the 150 plan, you're looking here. These prices have already increased, all right? And whether or not we increase the monthly premium is in a way irrelevant, because it only means that we save less money now. Although we are still paying the same amount of monthly premium, the deduction for the medical card charges, the annual insurance charges for the medical card has already increased effective July 2023. So therefore, we have some time to think about it if we want to increase our contribution of premium every month. Okay, from 230 to 310, or if not, we can increase by less, minimum of increase of 20 a month. You can choose to say I want to increase by 50 ringgit a month, you can do so. Therefore, if you think that 80 is a bit too much, depending on your revision, you can choose to increase by a lesser amount. Basically, that is the entire thing. Bear in mind that the benefits of the policy does not change. Okay, it's still the same benefits. The only difference is the insurance charges for the medical card has increased. This is happening throughout the industry, and all insurance companies are experiencing this. If possible, I would suggest that you purchase the latest plan. The newest medical card is always the cheapest because it's very competitive. They need to remain competitive, and as the time goes by, it becomes an older generation of medical card and the prices would increase, right? Feel free to text me for further information regarding the newest medical plan and so on. All right, I hope that helps. Thank you very much.